Chula Vista City Council set to decide on the future of this growing homeless encampment.
A group of teens turned violent on store employees here in this 7-Eleven. We have the video and the owner's message.
I am really sorry. I have let so many people down.
Fernando Tatis Jr. addresses the media for the first time since his suspension. You'll hear from him coming right up.
We sit down with a patient who underwent a new groundbreaking procedure for healing ACL tears. We'll tell you her story.
Plus, more monkeypox vaccines are delivered to healthcare providers around the county. CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts now.
It's a story we've been closely following and working on for you. Tonight, the Chula Vista City Council is set to decide if it will close a park that's been taken over by a homeless encampment. Good evening, I'm Marcella Lee.
I'm Carlo Chiquetto. CBS 8's Rocio De La Fe is live outside Chula Vista City Hall tonight with the concerns from the public. Rocio?
Yeah, that's right. As of right now, Chula Vista City Council members are still meeting inside trying to come up with a solution to the homeless problem. We do know that they're going to be hearing from members of the public tonight about their concerns over this homeless encampment, which we know is just feet away from an elementary school. Just steps away from Harborside Elementary School, a growing number of homeless individuals have made Harborside Park their home.
I'm just not used to this many people here.
Spencer Tannehill lives in Chula Vista and says people who live in the area have grown tired of the illicit drug use and trafficking, and says children should not be exposed to the site.
Family concerns, I try to talk to them. None of them really have like a purpose to want to seek a family or find any reason to do things the community does.
Chula Vista council members are expected to vote whether to temporarily shut down the park over safety concerns. Mayor Mary Salas says she understands those concerns, but believes it's not a viable solution to the problem.
It's not going to take care of the problem, but it's some way that we have to just get control of what's happening down there. We know that that's not going to be the solution. And what I really fear that if we close that park, what will happen is they'll just go into the neighborhood.
Salas says she believes the urban density and housing affordability is a major part of the problem.
That's what I don't like about this proposal, because there's no plan B. Where do you expect these people to go? What do you expect them to do?
Mandy Leon is a homeless advocate and says part of the problem is a lack of resources.
There's only one detox center south of Encinitas, that's McAllister, and there is a wait list to detox at that center, and there's also a wait list once you detox to get into sober living. So there's a big disconnect in services, and that disconnect is really keeping people on the street.
She's among the community members who are sharing their concerns during the city council meeting.
We're just not addressing the issues. We're just constantly band-aiding them and trying to push them off to the side.
And as of right now, we still don't know whether a vote has gone through or not to shut down this park or not, but we did hear from the mayor that a vote is expected sometime tonight. Rocio De La Fe, CBS 8.
Thank you, Rocio. Tonight, a man police say attacked two women and triggered a police standoff is dead. It started this morning on Bridgeview Drive in Fairmont Park. Police say it was a family dispute with a man attacking two of his aunts. He then barricaded himself in the home. When police tried to arrest him, they say he took out a sharp object. We're told that's when police opened fire, killing the man. He has not been identified at this point. The victims had cuts to their head and neck and are expected to survive.
Utility crews tonight are still working to restore power for hundreds of customers in Bay Terraces, Paradise Hills, and Skyline. They all lost service when a car crashed into a pole.
This happened on Parkside Avenue and Beatrice Street near Bonita just after 2 this afternoon. One person was trapped inside the car and could not be rescued until a live wire was safely removed. It's not clear if the person in the vehicle was hurt. At one point, up to 5,000 SDG&E customers lost power. That number is down to about 1,200. Power is expected to be fully restored by 7:30 tonight. And tonight, the city of Carlsbad is under a state of emergency for bicycle and e-bike safety. That declaration today comes as bike collisions there are going up. The city says those collisions are up 223% since 2019, with 57 crashes already this year. That's just a little behind last year's pace. And there have been 2 fatal crashes in the last 3 weeks. Earlier this month, 35-year-old Christine Embry was riding her bike with her 16-month-old daughter when she was hit and killed. The declaration will allow the city to focus on resources to prevent more crashes. The City Council will decide whether to ratify it on August 30th.
For the first time since receiving his 80-game suspension, Padres superstar Fernando Tatis Jr. is facing the media and the fans and owning his mistake, saying there are no excuses.
Just hours ago, Tatis spoke with reporters, and our Jake Garriani was there. Jake's live at Petco Park right now with Tatis's apology and how he says he plans to move forward. Jake?
Yeah, you too. Fernando was immediately apologetic and remorseful. And in these scrums, I was about a foot away from him. You could feel the emotion coming from him, the sadness, and honestly, the anger. He was mad at himself for putting himself in this situation. And I get it. Nobody's going to feel bad for a $340 million kid that made a mistake. But all you can ask for is accountability. And that's exactly what he did today. He came out and he took credit for his actions, for lack of a better term. He owned up to it. And he also owned up to it with his teammates. They had a team meeting before the media meeting, and this is what Fernando had to say about talking to his teammates for the first time as well.
They were disappointed. Everybody's disappointed. I'm disappointed on myself. But I feel like we have a strong talk. We share stuff that is tough love, but I feel like we put everything on the table that it needed to be out there, and it's gonna start slowly, one step at a time, to regain their trust again.
Yeah, and he mentioned that he put everything on the table. There were reports, and we caught up with some of the teammates that you'll hear from at 6:50, that he was basically asking for help, asking for guidance through this time and in the future. And he also mentioned at the end of his media availability that he would be getting that shoulder surgery that he had put off and originally was going to opt out of. Now he's going to do that while serving the suspension, guys.
A lot of people were hoping that would happen, that he would use that time to fix that shoulder.
It was, and it's the one thing he had in his pocket to show people that he was serious,
right.
That he was truly sorry for what he did. And for where he was last week to where he is now, this couldn't have gone better for him today.
Yes, today was a good start.
Long road ahead of him.
Rebuilding of trust,
but yeah,
good
that
start.
was a good start. The city of San Diego is moving forward with a lawsuit against Scripps Health, alleging a mentally ill elderly patient was illegally discharged.
CBS 8 has been working to investigate several reports of alleged patient dumping by local hospitals. As David Gottfredson reports, the city's lawsuit claims the man was put in a group home with no supervision after his Medicare insurance ran out.
When a hospital takes care of a patient, they're supposed to ensure that they are discharged in a responsible manner.
The patient, J.N., in his late 60s, was admitted in 2019 to Scripps Mercy Behavioral Health in Hillcrest. He had a history of schizophrenia, depression, hallucinations, and suicidal behavior, including overdosing, attempting to get hit by a truck, and threatening to cut his throat with a knife. Doctors recommended J.N. be placed under public conservatorship and transferred to a locked, skilled nursing facility, according to a lawsuit filed against Scripps Health by the city of San Diego. City Attorney Mara Elliott says instead, the hospital released him to this independent living group home on 71st Street off Imperial Avenue, where inspectors later found him living in squalor.
He was in terrible condition. He had open sores. He didn't know where he was. He thought he was in another generation. He couldn't tell us very much about his situation at all.
The motivation for his release from the hospital was twofold, according to Elliott. One, no local skilled nursing homes were available, and two, JN's Medicare benefits had expired.
First of all, this person never should have been released into an independent living facility. He's by no means independent. And secondly, this healthcare system skirted the laws to save a few bucks.
Last week, a judge ruled the city's lawsuit alleging elder abuse and unfair business practices can move forward. But Scripps Health is fighting back, saying in court papers that JN or his conservator never objected to him being discharged. And in a statement to CBS 8, a spokesman said, quote, Discharging any patient prematurely because their insurance expired is inconsistent with anything we do or believe in. With the help of the county, JN is now living at a skilled nursing facility near San Bernardino.
We want an order from the court determining that the behavior that we are complaining about is not up to standard. It does not abide by the law.
Scripps Health sent us a statement saying they're looking forward to trying the case on its merits in court. A trial date has now been set for May of next year. In Hillcrest, David Gottfredson, CBS 8.
Thanks, David. Crews are gaining ground on the brush fire burning near Pine Valley in the Cleveland National Forest. This is video from yesterday when that fire first started. At last check, it had burned 188 acres, was 25% contained, and firefighters reported the fire had stopped spreading, which is great news. This fire started just before noon yesterday off Pine Creek Road near Noble Canyon. No evacuation orders or structures are threatened. We don't know yet what started the fire. Some frightening moments for Alaska Airlines passengers on a flight from Seattle to San Diego, and the video is getting a lot of attention on social media. You can see why right here. Passengers watched that metal paneling that covers the plane's engine just flying off. Now, this happened during an emergency landing in Seattle. The pilot turned around to land in Seattle because he felt a vibration on the side of the plane just after departing. We spoke to one passenger about the ordeal.
Just to let all of you know, we're looking for a place to land. And there was kind of some collective, gasps around because we were within the first hour of the flight, so obviously not time to land.
That plane landed safely. Fortunately, the airline says no one was hurt, and passengers were all rebooked on another flight to San Diego, so everyone did make it here eventually. That plane is now out of service while Alaska investigates.
Okay, that video there you're looking at right now is a bobcat visiting someone's front porch in Escondido. This happened Sunday morning off Rockoff Road.
Lori Wilson sent us this video she took from inside her house of the bobcat just on the other side of the window there. She says her husband was leaving for work when he noticed a really big cat walk into their courtyard. The bobcat drank from their fountain, then explored the courtyard for a bit before he wandered to the side of the house. He eventually went around their pool, and then, just as quickly as he came, he disappeared.
Just a little visit.
Ooh, good thing there's no doggy door right there, right?
Just
that
a
could
little visit.
end up in your home somehow.